With catchy singles and fun music videos, Kiss managed to carve out a decent amount of success in the 1980s after starting the decade in disaster. However, they were not doing as well as the bands around them. Now let's not act like Kiss wasn't a successful band in this era. Selling 1 million records or even 500,000 is nothing to scoff at, and they were headlining arenas. But Paul Stanley started to feel self-conscious about their lack of success in comparison with other bands. Aerosmith's Permanent Vacation sold 5 million copies in 1987, and Bon Jovi and Def Leppard had sold 12 million copies each of their respective albums, Slippery When Wet and Hysteria. And that's just in the US. Worldwide, those albums sold well over 20 million. Paul wanted a piece of that. It was decided that the band would need a producer, so they took 1986 off to wait for Ron Nevison's schedule to clear up. Nevison had found massive success producing Heart and Ozzy Osbourne. Kiss wanted similar results. Unfortunately, Gene Simmons was, again, not committed to the project. Paul finally confronted Gene about it, who responded by buying Paul a Porsche. It's a nice gesture, but focusing his priorities probably would have been a better one. Nevison said that he mostly worked with Paul and Bruce Kulick. When Gene was there, Nevison said he mostly sat on the couch reading Variety. However, with the producer on board, there was someone above Paul and Gene, so Gene couldn't force an equal number of songs on the record as he had done on Animalize and Asylum. Gene only got 4 songs on Crazy Nights versus Paul's 7. Crazy Nights was released on September 18, 1987. I love this cover. It was apparently Paul's idea. It's really cool.
Whoa!
This was written by Paul and Adam Mitchell. I like the simple riff and the complimentary bass line is cool. The song has a great hook, it's very catchy and a lot of fun, and Bruce's solo is incredible. The album takes a lot of crap for its slick production, but I honestly like it. The guitars have a good tone and the drums sound great. It could use a little more bass, but it's solid. This was written by Paul, Mitchell, and Bruce. On this song, I love the contrast between Bruce's heavy riffs and Paul's sappy lyrics. I like this song a lot. It's cheesy, but a lot of fun. Expect me to say that a lot throughout this review.
Wow!
This was written by Paul and Desmond Child. I love the riff, and the pre-chorus is a lot of fun. The song is cheesy, but catchy and enjoyable. I don't love the solo, though. This was written by Gene, Bruce, and Eric Carr. Musically, it's awesome. Bruce and Eric kill it. But lyrically, it needs work. It's creepy in that blurred lines kind of way, where the singer pretends that they don't know what the word no means. I don't love that. Written by Gene and Bruce, the latter played bass. This is Gene's best song from the non-makeup albums released in the 80s. Honestly, it might be one of my favorites of his, period. I think it's a terrific song. The melody is so good. I love the riff, but I'm not a big fan of the solo. This was written by Paul, Child, and Bruce Turgon. I think this song is what gives the album its reputation as too keyboard focused, because actually listening to Crazy Nights, it's not as keyboard heavy as it's made out to be. There are songs that are, but it's not as overbearing as some might say. In terms of this song, it's cheesy, but I enjoy it. I can really get into Paul's goofy, believe in yourself anthems. By this point in his career, they feel a little more honest than stuff like Bang Bang You. And the solo is decent.
Let's go!
This is written by Paul, Mitchell, and Bruce. I think this is a super fun song. I love the pre-chorus. The song is the closest the album gets to 70s era Paul. His song and Kiss's Prime were really aggressive, and this song has that same kind of energy. This was written by Paul and Child. I love this song. It's an amazing ballad. The lyrics are wonderful, the chorus is great, and the solo is amazing. This was written by Gene, David Sirgeson, and Peter Diggins. The song has a great melody. It's very pop, which I know Gene doesn't like, but it's an enjoyable song. This was written by Paul and Diane Warren, and it's my favorite song on the record. It's so underrated and should have been a huge anthem for them. Maybe they should have tried to actually play it live and promote it. But sure, play Bang Bang You live instead. It's an amazing song with a terrifically catchy chorus and a good solo. In 1984, Gene produced Wendy O. Williams' debut solo album. That album also featured guest appearances from Paul, Eric, Ace Frehley, and Vinnie Vincent. Additionally, Gene co-wrote 5 songs. One of them was Thief in the Night, which Gene wrote with Mitch Weissman. He liked the song and felt it would work as a Kiss track, so they recorded it for Crazy Nights. Which I think kind of proves how lazy Gene was at this point. He can't be bothered to write a new song to the point that he reuses one that was already released on a different album. But it is a good song. I think the pre-chorus is amazing. Interestingly, around the time that he wrote this song, Gene seemed to have a thing for writing songs that evoked pulpy noir novels. Between this, Lonely is the Hunter, While the City Sleeps, and Murder in High Heels, Thief in the Night is easily the best of this weird trend of Gene's. Crazy Nights was Kiss's most successful record of the 80s, both in terms of charts and sales. It peaked at number 18, their highest of the decade, and it was certified gold in November 1987 and platinum in February 1988, their fastest selling record since Dynasty in 1979. The first single, Crazy Crazy Nights, peaked at number 65 in the US, but made it to number 4 in the UK. It's still tied with one other song for their highest charting single in the UK. Reason to Live peaked at number 64 in the US and number 33 in the UK. The third and final single, Turn on the Night, failed to chart in the US, but made it to number 41 in the UK. All 3 music videos were in heavy rotation on MTV. This is not a super popular record among Kiss fans. Many hate the production and the attempt to out Bon Jovi. Personally, I love the album. As far as hair metal goes, this is better than a lot of what was coming out at the time. It's better than the Poison records, and it's certainly better than Girls, Girls, Girls. Is it as good as Hysteria? No. But it is the most cohesive and consistent of the post-Creatures of the Night pre-Revenge albums. The songs are terrific with great hooks and performances. Yeah, it's pop rock, but it's damn good pop rock.
But wait, there's more.
After the success of Crazy Nights, it was decided it was time to do a new greatest hits album. 13 classic songs were remixed for the project, and 2 new songs were written and recorded. Paul produced the new tracks. Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits was released on November 16, 1988. Written by Paul and Child, my 6th grade math teacher once told me that this was her favorite Kiss song. Paul despises both of the new tracks, and most Kiss fans agree, I think. It's too corny for a lot of people. But like with some of the material on Crazy Nights, I don't understand what is so offensively cheesy about this song compared to other Kiss tracks. Kiss is a cheesy band. Is X and Sex worse than Put Your Hand in My Pocket, Grab Onto My Rocket? Or Love Gun? I don't know. I think X and Sex is a fun song with a great solo from Bruce. This was written by Paul, Child, and Warren. Again, it's the cheesiest thing ever, but I think it's a lot of fun with a solid melody. And Bruce's solo is really good. Overall, the remixes are fine. The best ones are Love Gun and Shout It Out Loud. On the latter, I enjoy the extended ending. On Love Gun, I love that they took Paul's singing out of the guitar solo, so it's more like what they do live. The worst remix they did was I Love It Loud. They neutered the drums and, as a result, destroyed the song. This version has no life. It's dry and lethargic. And then there's Beth. It was decided to re-record the song with Eric on vocals, which, from all accounts, made Eric very unhappy. Since he joined the band, he had a complex about being the replacement drummer. It apparently gave him a lot of anxiety. Paul acts perplexed by this in his book, but all he did was make it worse for Eric. His original songs were rejected more often than not, and for the most part he was only allowed to sing the songs that Peter Criss sang. Eric wanted to be a band member, not a hired gun. It's not that hard to figure out, Paul. I do understand why they did this, though. Beth was their biggest hit, it has to be on the record. And I agree, it was better to promote the current lineup. Eric's vocal track is great, but I do feel bad for him in this scenario. Smashes did very well for the band, going platinum in February 1989 and double platinum by 1996. The singles didn't fare as well. Let's Put the X in Sex peaked at number 97, while You Make Me Rock Hard failed to chart. And, as I said, they are generally considered to be embarrassing low points for the band, but I still enjoy them.